19th ranked BYU women's soccer begins the regular season today in Hawaii against another ranked opponent. 18th ranked California head coach Jen Rockwood was a recent interviewee on our show. Here is that interview. Coach, how did you get the idea of this Hawaii trip in the first place?
Well, we've been out to Hawaii in years past and had some great experiences. And when I just found out Hawaii was looking for some teams to come out and play some top programs, I've been looking at that over the last few years. And we just had an opportunity to come out and play Cal and Stanford. And so it's an opportunity to play those type of quality teams on a neutral site. I kind of jumped on it. So, plus, it is Hawaii, so that's not a bad place to go. But to be honest, it was really just the fact to have those two teams on a neutral site.
Jen, when you look at scheduling with women's soccer, how does it work? How much is done by, say, the athletic department versus you, and then maybe presenting it for approval?
Yeah, I do all the scheduling. I always have over the last 20 years. That's just something, within coaches, women's soccer, the coaches do scheduling themselves. So it's something I've always done. This year and next year, we were looking to have a pretty loaded schedule, which we actually have had the last couple of years. But I'm pretty confident and feel pretty good about this group of girls. And so we really wanted to challenge ourselves in the non-conference schedule to see kind of where we are. So no better way to challenge yourself than go play two top 20 teams.
Oh, yeah, you've certainly done that with 18th ranked California, and then 3 days later you play 3rd ranked Stanford. How do the girls that you're coaching this year feel about such an early, tough test?
Well, I think they're excited. We had a great season last year. We ended, certainly not how we had wanted to with the loss in the first round. I thought we were better than that, but we just didn't put it all together. And I think that kind of challenged them and motivated them to work hard over the summer. And, we have a lot of experience returning this year as opposed to last year where we were one of the youngest teams we've ever had in our program's history. So we have some great experience. A lot of sophomores and juniors that played for us a lot last year. And so I think they're looking forward to the challenge. We have high expectations, and you just don't know where you are until you go play good teams. And we're going to learn a lot from this weekend, no matter what happens. We're just going to try and play our very best and see where the ball rolls.
You're coming off of a 3-2 win over Arizona in an exhibition. That's a pretty tough exhibition. Did you schedule that game because you do come out of the gate with 2 ranked teams?
Yes, absolutely. That was done intentionally. Last year we played an alumni game, and that was fun to see some of our girls, and it gave us some competition, but it didn't really allow us to see kind of what we needed to work on. And Arizona, a team that is very athletic, very physical. They play a different style, and so we tried to adjust to that a little bit. It made us girls think a lot more during the game than just going out and playing. So I think it was a great exhibition for us. Certainly had a look at some things that we needed to make improvements on, and we've had a few days to do that, talk about that. So, that was intentional getting ready for this weekend.
BYU head soccer coach Jennifer Rockwood joining us live from Hawaii as the 19th ranked Cougars get underway against a couple of top 20 Pac-12 teams. What did you learn about your team after that exhibition against Arizona?
Well, I thought the goals that we scored were really nice goals. In soccer sometimes you get crap goals. You get goals that were a bit lucky. But the fact that we built up to those goals, that was great. I do think that's going to be one of our strengths going into this season is our attack, especially led by Ashley Hatch, Michelle, and Elena. And then you had Nadia and Maddie Lyons into the mix. That's some pretty fast, athletic players coming at you. And, we're going to be up against Stanford in a couple of days. I think they were the number 1 defense in the country last year. So we'll kind of see where we are with that. But defensively, we just need to settle down a little bit. I thought we were a little rusty, a little shaky. I think the nerves got the best of us. It was a great fan base to play in front of. And so hopefully those nerves will settle down a little bit. And we'll just be able to keep the ball a little bit more in our defensive end. With
the new missionary age, you have a new challenge. You have to, I don't want to say deal with, but work with return missionaries in women's soccer now. Paige Hunt, for example, you put her in as a sub. She scored. That was quite the performance. What's that like now, having that new challenge of some return missionaries and waiting to get them back at the right time?
Yeah, it definitely has been a challenge for us. It started last August when my first player came and told me they wouldn't be with us this fall. So obviously a great opportunity experience for them, but we had 5 girls that I was planning on the roster this fall, that are out on missions right now. And so that's a little tricky because you can't replace a roster spot in a year especially with our recruiting, you can't even do it in 2 years. So a lot of that is just, seeing how it all works out. Rachel Boaz came back in January and was able to kind of go right ahead with everything, and she's had some time to prepare. Paige Hunt just got back at the 1st of July, and we didn't think she'd be ready this fast, to be honest with you. She's worked extremely hard. She's such a competitor. One of our very best players when she left on her mission, and I anticipate she'll play a lot for us this weekend.
Talking with Jen Rockwood, the head coach of BYU women's soccer. She is live in Hawaii right now. Coach, did Paige tell you that she woke up at 5:30 in the morning every single day on her mission to stay in shape?
I didn't know it was every single day, but I certainly knew that Paige was doing whatever was allowed and possible to do what she could do to make sure she was ready after she was done with her service. And so, again, as I mentioned, she's extremely disciplined and competitive. She knows what it's like to be in elite shape for an athlete playing at this level. And I know she worked as hard as she could throughout her mission to be ready as soon as she can. And it's really paid off for her because, as I mentioned, in a month and a half, she's ready to go.
When you look at Ashley Hatch, a fantastic season last year, of course, the 18 goals. How do you get even more production out of her this year?
Well, Ashley creates so many of her goals herself, and so if she continues to work hard defensively, I think even more will come. The fact that she has more experience around her now with Michelle Murphy, obviously Murphy coming off an ACL last fall early on, it took her a little while to kind of get back into her rhythm, but she's playing at 100% right now. We also have Nadia Gomes, who's playing so well. She's just been a nice little surprise, a little light in her attack. And between the combination of our forwards and our attacking mid with Elena, I think Ashley's going to get a lot more looks this year than she even did last year. So we're expecting great things from her as well as the players that are around her. We do need more goals from our other forwards and our other midfielders, and so that's something we've talked a lot about in the offseason.
I know this is a business trip with games to be played, but don't you have to manage at least a little bit of fun and the Hawaiian experience mixed in with soccer? And if so, how do you do that? How do you keep your team focused but let them enjoy the trip?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they all know why we're here. That's something we talk about all the time in our program is, we're fortunate that our administration gives us money to travel great places to play, opponents that are really going to challenge us because we want to be our very best. But at the same time, when you're here for as long as we are, we definitely want to enjoy the opportunity to be here. And so, yeah, we'll do the snorkeling, we'll do the beach thing, we'll go up to the North Shore, we'll go up to the temple and see BYU Hawaii campus. So there's a lot of fun things that we'll be doing in between training and our games.
We'll finish with this. Is anyone sunburned already?
No, thank goodness. We got here right as the sun was going down, but they do have warnings that the sun's a little bit stronger here than it is in Utah. So, hopefully no one will come home with a sunburn. That's our main goal.
BYU picked to win a 4th consecutive West Coast Conference championship by the latest coaches poll. Jen, always good to talk to you. We wish you the best of luck against California and Stanford.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.